Good morning, guys. It's 8:10 here in Japan, 8:10 a.m. Friday morning. Got a video today. Let's talk about flat earth and other topics. Big shout out to Thomas Kilma for sending me this article here. Let's take a look real quick. This article is from NASA Earth Observatory. They got a couple of articles in this website, and I'm gonna cover two today. So this is a new map of Antarctica's icy edge. This page contains archived content and is no longer being updated. At the time of publication, it represented the best available science. Yeah, science keeps changing. The image here dates back to July 23rd, 2010. So they have mapped Antarctica, Let's read this part here. So the dramatic improvement provided by the new map is most apparent around the rocky outcrops of the coast. Smattering of ice-encased islands are a common occurrence around Antarctica. The earlier mapping effort had included the rocky outcrops and sometimes icebergs as parts of the ice sheet perimeter, but elevation data and interpretation based on higher resolution, more detailed imagery enabled the researchers to identify the ice perimeter more accurately. To complete its map, the team connected 3.5 million geographic points around Antarctica. The team identified a perimeter for Antarctica's ice of roughly 53,610 kilometers or 33,312 miles. 33, a very suspect number right here. See, the circumference of Earth is 40,000 kilometers or 24,000 miles. But somehow they measure this and they say it measures 33,000 miles, like 12,000 miles more than the whole circumference of the Earth, that somehow, if you go around this perimeter right here, you can stretch it in such a way that's going to be even bigger than the ball Earth. Okay, let me say again, 53,000 kilometers. Let's speak in kilometers first. 53,000 kilometers, the perimeter of Antarctica, which is 13,000 more kilometers than the whole the circumference of the ball Earth. It means if you draw a line here and stretch it, it's going to be bigger than ball Earth. That's what they're saying. And let's now talk in miles. The Earth, the circumference here is 24,000 miles. And they claim the perimeter of Antarctica is 33,000 miles and 300 kilometers. So that means almost 12,000 more miles than the whole circumference of the Earth. Sounds more like they were measuring the perimeter of the Antarctica around the flat Earth. So to me, sounds more like they were covering this area because both Captain Clark and Captain Ross documented 60,000 miles. Perhaps they only covered part of it, half, not the whole Antarctica. But Thomas, he made a video, so I'm going to show you the video. Now, he went, in details to make the circumference of the perimeter of Antarctica. And he really did a great job. Let me show the video here. On his calculations, you have 26,000 kilometers or 14,000 miles. Okay, 14,000 miles or 26,000 kilometers. Okay, he really went in detail around Antarctica. As you can see here, all the detailed points. He went around and measured the whole thing with detail. He skipped to an island here or there, but that would not add up to another 20,000 extra miles or nearly 20 27,000 kilometers. So you see he did a great job detailing it everywhere in Antarctica all over. And he was able to measure the perimeter of Antarctica. In total in kilometers is 26,000 kilometers. In miles, 14,000 miles, the whole perimeter of Antarctica. But somehow Google has it not Google, the article shows 53,610 kilometers or 33,312 miles. 33, a very suspect, a very strange number here. Alright, so this is the first article that I want to cover about Antarctica, NASA Earth Observatory. Shout out to Thomas Gilmer. The next one, this article is also from the same website, NASA Earth Observatory. So waves above and below the water. So you have this picture here, atmospheric waves, Indian Ocean, internal waves, sunlight, Western Australia. So two kinds of waves are visible in the image above, yet neither is the kind you are probably familiar with. So let's go right here. Waves form in the atmosphere for a variety of reasons. Sometimes the movement of an air mass over a bumpy feature, a mountain ridge, a volcano, or an island amidst a flat sea. Interesting, NASA. A flat sea. We knew that. Water remains level. You force air to rise or sink, creating ripples in the sky like those propagating across the surface of a pond. Other times, the collision of different air masses will cause a rippling effect. So this is what they are talking about. What else looks like this? Oh yeah, chemtrails. Yeah, chemtrails looks a lot like this. Or HARP waves. Yeah, it does cause something very similar to this. I see here. It is also possible, though perhaps less likely because of the distance, that the wave patterns in the image above have their origin inland. Western Australia is mostly desert and relatively flat. Yes, NASA, we know that. You know that 94% of Australia is flat land. So, this article, I'm not going to finish reading the whole thing. There's probably more flat reference here. But this is the one that I really want to focus on, a flat sea. Flat sea, because oceans are flat. We know that. I also want to cover this one real quick from emails that I get. So, someone sent me a very interesting mail here. Okay, so a big shout out here to Psalm 19. Hi Eddie, I recently came across this hit piece on Flat Earth from Christians professing their belief in about Earth science. Science falsely so called, yes. 1 Timothy 6:20. I find it very disturbing that Living Waters ministry would go to such lengths to discredit and ridicule God's creation by proclaiming heliocentrism, which requires the Big Bang in an infinitely expanding universe that implies the process of creation is never ending. They can't have it both ways. So the thing is, I did try to find their support for the Ball Earth. I couldn't. I went to their website. I don't know exactly if they did this on video or an article. If anybody knows, please place a link below. I want to take a look. But I would be very disappointed. I've been watching their videos. I enjoy the way he approaches some of the professors at university, especially when he corners them like asking about changing species, not evolution of the same kind, but changing species like a cat becoming a dog and so forth. So I always enjoyed the approach. So I would be very disappointed if they took sides and chose the heliocentric Ballworth model, same as that guy Danny Faulkner, pledging allegiance to the ball, to the Vatican Jesuit Masonic model. So I would be very disappointed. But, we have to understand that a lot of those ministries are connected with the system somehow through memberships in secret societies. It's disappointing, yes, but not surprising. Alright guys, so let me see what else I have for today. Let's take a look here. So we have this pilot here. I found it very interesting. I was surprised actually because the original interview only had just over 2,000 views, and one Spanish speaking covered this and they got 18,000 views on their channel. So I just uploaded this 10 hours ago, 993 views. But I'm happy, he is open, he's not embarrassed, and we're gonna try to contact him for Flatten the Curve too. I told Vika to see if he can reach out to him and see if he would be willing to be part of Flatten the Curve too. I also have a pilot, and I'm trying. He's scared of coming forward. He is a flat earther, but where he is right now, he is in a lot of pressure. But we've been communicating, and he is willing to tell some of the things he knows, especially on the flight Sydney to Santiago. But I don't know if he'll come forward or not. Some pilots are very courageous, but some others, depending on where they are working, it can be threatening. I was in touch with somebody in Brazil who had found a lot of good information, but he was threatened. They threatened his daughter, his family, told him to stop with his researches, otherwise they would do something with his family. And let me go ahead and tell you this, I think I can tell this, they had a programmer, and they created an app. And they took the flight Santiago to Sydney. So they took the flights, they created an app, specific app, and they found out a lot of good stuff. He told me a little bit of it, so I'm trying to make them speak out. But as I said, he was threatened, and they threatened his family, his daughter. So I understand some of the pilots not willing to come forward. But let's see what's going to happen. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you all have a good day, great weekend. Stay flat, stay strong. See you next time. Bye-bye.
There was a documentary just put out yesterday, a good one, by the way, people should check out, called Flatten the Curve, by a bunch of pilots and military people. That's our term. That's our flat Earth term.